Good morning, students. So far as the previous lecture is concerned, we have seen about the Newton's first law of motion. Newton's first law of motion is also called as the law of inertia because Newton's first law of motion gives us the idea about the concept of the inertia. So today's lecture we are going to consider about what is about the inertia and what are the types of inertia we are going to study in this chapter, right? So let us see about what the definition of inertia means. Inertia is nothing but resistance offered by the object to make any change in that particular position of the object or that particular state of the object. So if you see the definition carefully, you will find that definition of inertia, the tendency of a body to oppose any change in its state of rest or of uniform motion is called as inertia. Now, let us see in detail what about the definition of inertia means first. Newton's first law of motion gives us the idea about the inertia. This is actually a tendency of a body. You consider any body which may be in motion, which is maybe at rest. So it is an inbuilt tendency, it is an intrinsic tendency of the body that body will oppose any change either in its state of rest or uniform motion. That particular tendency is called as the inertia. Now let us take an example of what is the inertia means. Suppose a book or any object is kept on the table, then that object will be or that book will be permanently on the table unless and until somebody will move it. Somebody will apply a force on that book, somebody will apply the force by lifting or pushing or pulling on that particular object. Then and then only that object will be changing its position. So by the book itself, the book will not move or that object will not move because it is the tendency of that object to be at the state of the rest. So either that object will be at state of rest or will be in motion. Then and only that particular tendency of the object is called as the inertia. Now there are three types of inertia in this chapter we are going to study. One is inertia of rest, second is inertia of motion, and third is inertia of direction. In all these three states, all in these three types, the body possesses that particular tendency, that is nothing but the inertia. Let us move ahead and try to see what the inertia of rest means, what the inertia of motion means, and what the inertia of direction means. Let us try to understand it one by one. Now, this is the inertia of rest and these are the examples of inertia of rest. Let me give you first example, then you will automatically come to know what exactly the inertia of rest means. Now, if suppose I have an empty glass with me, many times this particular experiment we used to do when we are in our childhood. This experiment lot of times we used to do in our childhood. So suppose I have an empty glass with me and I have put one card, a playing card on that empty glass, and I have kept one coin on that particular playing card. The moment you hit that particular card, what will happen? That card will fly away, but the coin which is placed on that particular card will not move, and that coin will try to be at its state of rest. And since it is following its tendency, because of that tendency, that coin will try to be at rest. Since the card is flying away, but the coin is keeping its tendency to be at rest, that's why coin will be dropped in this particular glass. Many times this example also we can consider that suppose if you are playing the carom and there is a stack of coins of the carom, the boards of the carom, then what happens when you hit the striker on this pile, on this stack of this particular pile of the boards of the carom, when the striker hits over there, only the lowest coin will be displaced while other stack of these coins will be remaining as it is. Now why these boards are as it is? Because these remaining boards will try to be at rest by following its tendency of the inertia. So inertia at rest, if you see the definition carefully, you will find that it is the resistance offered by the body to change its state of rest is called as inertia of rest. You consider the example of this coin which is placed on the card, or if you consider the example of this carom board, now you will see that this coin will try to maintain its tendency of rest. It will resist any motion which is given by hitting of this particular card. Card will move away because the card now experiences a force. But this coin which is placed on the card, now it will try to maintain its tendency, that is the tendency of inertia of rest. That's why the coin will not move. On the other hand, the coin will drop inside that particular class. So either that coin or this particular stack of the coins over here in carom boards, these objects will try to maintain its inertia, that is nothing but it is opposing any change in its state of rest. So the resistance which is offered by the body, the resistance which is offered by the object to change its state of rest is called as inertia of rest. Now let us move ahead and try to see what is the next type available with us. Let us take some examples over here. Now if suppose there is a mango tree and the fruits are being there, the tree is laden with the mangoes over here. The moment you try to shake this particular tree branch, then the branch will be in motion. The moment you apply the force on this branch, the branch will be in motion. But these mangoes, these fruits which are there on this branch will try to maintain its state of rest. It will maintain the inertia of rest. But the moment the branch will move, this particular mangoes will drop down. Or if suppose we have a carpet with us, the normal carpet that we used to put it on our drawing table or in our house, the moment you hit this carpet, what happens? This carpet will move, but the dust particles in this carpet will try to maintain its inertia at rest. So dust particles will be then fly away the moment you dusting out this particular dust particles from this carpet. So these are some examples of inertia of rest. Now what is the inertia of motion? Let us consider the example. This is the normal experience that we experience in day-to-day life. Suppose you are traveling by a car, or suppose you are traveling by the bus. The bus is moving constantly, bus is in uniform motion. But the moment driver applies the brake abruptly, you will feel an experience that somebody is pushing you in forward direction. The moment the bus is in motion, your body or your lower part of the body is also in motion. Since you are sitting on the chair over there, sitting on the seat over there, so the body which is in motion, your body will also try to maintain its state of motion. Now this particular body which is moving around with the bus will try to maintain its state of motion. But when the driver applies the brake over there, that particular person will feel a push in the forward direction, because now the bus is stopping over there by applying the brakes, but your body will try to maintain its state of motion. So this particular state which your body tries to maintain when the body is in motion, this particular tendency is considered as the state of motion, or this particular inertia is called as the inertia of motion. So what is the definition of inertia of motion? The resistance offered by the body to change its state of uniform motion is called as inertia of motion. It is not to think that inertia is only associated with the body when the object is at rest. But when the object is moving constantly, when the object is performing its motion uniformly, then also the inertia associated with the object, at that point, that particular inertia is called as inertia of motion. So, the resistance offered by the body. Now, if you consider this example, the resistance offered by the body is in motion, but the moment somebody applies the brakes over there, or the driver applies the brakes over there, that body which is already in motion, it is trying to maintain its inertia of motion. But since that inertia is now stopped, that inertia has been braked over here, that's why the body will be thrown in the forward direction. Okay, so most of the accidents happen because of this. So because of that reason, to avoid these particular accidents, it is advised that for safety purpose, these seat belts are to be applied for the driver or the passengers, in order to avoid the accidents which are causing because of the inertia in motion. So once again, what is the definition of inertia of motion? The resistance offered by the body to change its state of uniform motion is called as inertia of motion. Now these are some examples of inertia of motion. Suppose a person tries to get a ride from the bus. So eventually what he will do, if the bus is running, he will jump from the bus. But since he is in motion now, so its state of inertia will be in state of motion. But the moment his legs touch the ground, the legs try to be at state of rest. But the entire body, the upper body part of his, now it is moving along with the bus, and that's why the moment he alighted, if he is not running, then he will fall down since he is avoiding the inertia of motion. Now the same example over there, if suppose a person is standing in the bus, if the driver applies the brakes abruptly, then the passengers over there or the persons who are standing over there, they will feel a push in the forward direction, because these passengers now in state of motion, since they are state in motion, they are in uniform motion, that's why they are maintaining their inertia of motion. Since they are maintaining the inertia of motion, by applying the brakes, suddenly it has stopped and this inertia of motion is get disturbed, and because of which these bodies will try to maintain its previous inertia of motion. So that's why the object will feel pushed in a forward direction. Now let us consider what is the inertia of direction. Let me give some examples, that if suppose you are going by the bus, if you are going by your car, and if your bus or car turns towards left, you will feel a push in opposite direction, that you will feel that somebody is pushing you in right direction. If the bus is moving in right direction, suppose if the bus is turning towards right, then you will feel that somebody is pushing you towards left, that is nothing but opposite direction. So now when your car is taking a turn, that means you are feeling a push in this particular direction, that is nothing but in outward direction, right? So this is our common experience. Suppose you are going in an amusement park, suppose you are going in a roller coaster, then abruptly the roller coaster moves in haphazard in random directions. So if suppose that cargo car, which is nothing but in roller coaster car, if it is moving or turning towards this direction, then the person sitting in that particular roller coaster car will feel a push in this direction. Let us consider the second example. Suppose a man is there who is holding one string and one object is tied to this particular string. If he is rotating this string in a circular fashion, in this way he is rotating this particular string and this object in a circular way. So unless and until the object is holding by this person in his hand with this string, the object will perform its motion along the circumference of the circle or in this circular path. But imagine instantly this string breaks. Now what happens if this string breaks? The object will not perform its circular motion. In fact, the object will move or object will try to continue its circular direction, and this object will go in tangential way. The velocity's direction of this object will be in this direction. So either you consider the example of the roller coaster car or your normal car which is moving or turning towards either left or right, you will feel a push in the opposite direction. Or if you consider this example, that is nothing but a string which is tied to this object and it is whirling around this particular man. So this circular motion, now object is performing the circular motion, but the moment string breaks, because of the breaking of the string now, the object will not perform its circular motion, but the ball will try to continue its inertia in motion, inertia in direction. So this inertia of direction, since the string is broken over here, the object will go in tangential way. So these are the three types of inertia. These three types of inertia are very, very important. One is nothing but inertia of rest, second is nothing but inertia of motion, and third is nothing but inertia of direction. So this is all about the Newton's first law and the concept of the inertia. Right? In next period, we will move ahead and we will try to see about Newton's second law of motion. Thank you.